Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to leave you another movie review, but before I start that, I'm going to talk to you guys about my day. In case you guys don't know, well obviously you know, I'm in band. Luckily, I was pretty busy this day. And unfortunately I didn't go any places to add anything to my collection or anything like that, but I was in band. I did very well with our UIL competition, and overall, I'm happy how it turned out. And later I went out to eat with my friend Diego. Then after a while later we went to the movies to see Bridge of Spies. And I have the tickets here. I have two because my friend doesn't keep them. I do. I'll do a review on that later, but now, that's not it. The point is I'm here to leave you another movie review. It's kind of weird. I'll tell you, October has really been surprisingly very good this year. Quality films. And the films I've seen so far this month have been standouts. This one's no exception. Sorry. Let's look lately. Sicario, directed by Denis Villeneuve, written by Taylor Sheridan, starring Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro. It's the story of hold on a minute. You can only memorize so much before you have to start looking up on your phone. It's kind of sad, don't you think? Whatever. You know, you do what you have to do. But anyways, the movie is a crime thriller. Now, there's no real action. There are a few set pieces in case you want to know. So don't come expecting an action fest, an action extravaganza, or a cool action crime thriller. It's just a normal crime thriller, if that makes sense to any of you. Hold on a minute. It's about Emily Blunt plays an FBI special weapons and tactics team operative, agent, and she decides to join. And one day she decides to join with the forces of Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro, who are CIA operatives. There's Josh Brolin is a CIA SAD officer, and Benicio del Toro is Josh Brolin's partner. You don't exactly know where he is, and the movie's about them working together to help take down searching for men responsible for a team. The movie starts off with her trying to discover a person responsible for a scene that she came across at the beginning of the movie. I was kind of excited for this movie. I mean, the thing is, I do know about Denis Villeneuve's successes. I know about that he was nominated for an Oscar for Incendies. I did not see that. I know he made Prisoners. Some people I know love that movie. Unfortunately, I have not seen it. I have not seen Enemy either. This is my first Denis Villeneuve film. And I know he's making the Blade Runner sequel, and I'm hoping that's good because I love Blade Runner. But the thing is, this is a great movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm so happy I saw this. For the movies I was not missing in theaters, this was one of them. I mean, October 2nd was so crowded, full of releases for me to see. The Martian, Sicario, The Walk. Now, those were limited release. And of course, I wasn't seeing The Walk in IMAX 3D. I will see that film. I'm not missing that in theaters. Because I think it'll be good. I think it'll just be a great visual experience. That's the main reason why I want to see it in theaters. Now, if you want me to get started talking about this movie, this is one of the best ones I've seen so far this year. It's a great crime thriller, and it does manage to... It's just a great movie. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about the most. The cinematography is one of my favorite parts of this movie. Roger Deakins, you are so getting nominated for an Oscar. Will you win? Still debating on that. Mostly because we have some other films coming out to wrap up the year, such as Spectre, and of course, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Maybe a couple other films in between those. But, maybe The Hateful Eight. That is, of course, being considered for 2015. Maybe The Revenant. But the thing is, there's a lot of contenders for it, and there are a couple I've seen. This is one of them. They're so well done. It has such great framing. It's perfect in the way the scenes are lit. And whenever he does nighttime scenes, they look real. They don't look like they're just too dark, you can't see anything, or they're just too light. It doesn't look like it's night at all. It's so well done. This guy really deserves a lot of credit. Not to mention, a lot of the camera work is good. Even sometimes there are a few set pieces, you can say they are. At times where there are some tense sequences taking place, the camera stays very still. He's good at shooting action. Also, you have Denis Villeneuve to help that. Denis Villeneuve does a great job with the film. I mean, he manages to give strong characters, he has strong pacing. It is a bit slow, but overall it's tight. It has some pretty tight. It's tight for what it is. It's very well handled, and he does great the performances. The performances are probably my best part of the movie. Emily Blunt, best work I've seen from her. I don't see a lot of her movies. I've seen her in Edge of Tomorrow. She's a great action star. Here, she's excellent. You just see this strong female character, and she is really just a strong person who's unaware of the choices made by the CIA, because she's new to this. She's never really experienced like corruption of this high level. Because you guys know about the war. See, what I want to talk about is like, you know, she's part of like, see, the CIA is huge with like, you know, the war on drugs. This movie is it's kind of centered around the war on drugs. Well, we already know that. This member is, you know, is part, I believe, a member of the Mexican cartel. I think that's it. Comment below, because I think I may have forgotten about that, but I think that is the case. Anyways, I mean, everyone has Emily Blunt is just, you know, is just new and is just shocked at what she's experiencing, all this corruption involving this team. Josh Brolin, I like him, but he's also a very cloudy, mysterious character at times. Like, he also is a very bit more, his morals are a bit questionable at times, because he is part of that team. He is at times funny. Sometimes he's a bit laid back. I mean, there's even a scene where he wears flip-flops, and I actually thought it was kind of funny. He has a bit of a comedic side to his character, and I like that. But also you see this other darker side to his character, and I love that. I did. But the one character, the best performance in the entire movie, is Benicio del Toro. And actually, an interesting thing, Lionsgate, people who I think have distributed this film, are thinking of doing a prequel actually, to explain his backstory. I could see it working out. I'm hoping that, you know, that they can get Del Toro back. Same for Denis Villeneuve and Taylor Sheridan, who wrote the script. See, I like that. Overall, I mean, that'd be great to see. Del Toro is excellent. He's just this clouded, mysterious character. You just don't know much about him, and when they start revealing a bit more about him, you really just get this character who's suffered so much, and he's just so desensitized, and just, once again, he has questionable morals, and he just looks like a person you just don't know if you can trust him or not. One of my favorite things about this movie is that it actually explores the idea how like the war on drugs has been affecting people. Now, we all know that the war on drugs is basically affecting a lot of things, such as, you know, knowing the fact that, you know, a lot of nonviolent drug offenders are in jail now. The prisons are overflowing. Overflowing with nonviolent drug offenders. There's also a 3 strikes law. We have more prisons than colleges in the U.S., and that makes me sad, but that's a side note. This movie really looks into the corruption of law enforcement and their role in the war on drugs. It's handled very well, and you really see it. This movie is very, very dark. Do not expect anything upbeat. You may expect some comedic beats from Josh Brolin, but that's just a rare occurrence. And that just adds to his character, really. It's just very dark and hopeful. Is this movie rewatchable? I can't say that at all. I don't really think so. It's very, very dark, grim, and all that shit. It's gritty. It really is that. There's not a lot of hope surrounding it. And one thing I like about that, actually, is it makes it feel realistic. Because, I mean, you know how long the war on drugs has been going, a lot of this. You just don't know if there's any real end in sight. Sometimes it's hopeless. And you feel that. I actually feel that sense of hopelessness. It works so well. And the one thing I also like is, this is a pretty strong, I guess you could say, a bit of an allegory on the war on drugs, and you can make your own opinion on it. I do like it could serve as some sort of commentary. I think it could work that way. But overall, I mean, that's you to decide. I also, and one thing I can say is, even though there is a basic crime story, this is my real criticism with this movie. I mean, sure, it's not really watchable, but that's, in my opinion, that's just something completely different at times. The real main issue of this film is its story, really. Even though that's not much of a problem after a while, or it's not really a problem, is that it's a very basic crime story. But the one thing is, that's overshadowed by it, because the story remains engaging thanks to strong characters. The characters are so well developed. You just don't know, like, I mean, Emily Blunt, she just doesn't know if she can trust people or not. She's questioning their morals and what their roles. It's so well done. I also like some of the whenever they do like some sort of things that you could say are somewhat like set pieces, but are not like major action set pieces, they're well done. This movie's very suspenseful at times, and there are some scenes that left me getting chills on my spine a bit. Now, it's not like, you know, oh my god, it's freaking tense. This movie's very slow and very, I think it's a bit dialogue driven. It's not driven a lot by, it's sometimes dialogue driven, but one thing is the movie works so well. And I think the movie really excels whenever Benicio del Toro is on the screen at times. Because of his appearance, facial expressions, and knowing the fact that his character has a sense of mystery to him really just makes him a character that you want to see more of. And I'm thinking the prequel could, hopefully if they ever get the prequel done, they could probably do something great with it. I really hope they do. Benicio del Toro, I really hope you get a Best Actor nomination. Emily Blunt, a Best Actress nomination is something I could go for. I'm not pushing it too much, but there is a possibility of that. Brolin, supporting actor, I can somewhat see that, but at the same time, not really too defined on that. There's no denying that the most Oscar performance is, of course, Del Toro, without a doubt. The movie is very dark, sometimes pretty violent, and I have to say there were some surprises to me. This movie didn't, even though it is a basic crime story, I didn't mind that. It overshadows it because of many of the pros of this movie. Sorry, I'm kind of sick. But, the one thing is, I mean, this movie, if you are not really a big fan of dark movies and or want dark movies that have some moments of levity or maybe like hope to it, you're not really going to enjoy this movie. You may enjoy some of it, but you may not enjoy it overall. The tone, I think, is one thing that could divide some people, but overall, guys, I'm fine with it. See, it really just gets deep and dirty into the territory that this movie is trying to traverse. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Or trying to tread, basically. It does it so well. It's a bit insightful in some ways, and I kind of like, you know, how this could serve as some sort of allegory or something like that on the war on drugs. I think overall it works very well. Del Toro does a great job. The story is basic, but remains engaging thanks to strong characters, strong directing, basically everything else. I absolutely love this movie. I'd say this is a great introduction to Denis Villeneuve, and while yes, it's not Prisoners, or Enemy, or Incendies, I do think overall, any film from him is probably a good introduction to him. I have to see Enemy for myself, because I know some people are a bit divided on that, some people like it, some people don't. Chris Tuckman loves it, I guess. If you're a fan of Denis Villeneuve, you'll like this film. If you're a fan of crime thrillers, I recommend it. I really just recommend the movie overall. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't really have a lot of problems with it. Yes, I complain about the story, but that it's overshadowed. So that's a thank God. I love it, guys. I do. It's nice to know that October really has been I don't think it'll make up for September, but it's really been pushing a bit too hard. But overall, I'm happy how the direction that October is going. I hope it continues on a very consistent streak throughout the entire month. I really do. I think Sicario is worth your time. I don't think you should rush out and see it, because I mean, if you want to see it, go ahead, go do it. But if you're not looking forward to it that much, then I'd probably wait for renting to see how you feel about it. But overall, guys, Sicario is a great crime thriller, probably my favorite thriller of the year. It's absolutely a great film, and it also has Benicio del Toro is outstanding. I hope he gets nominated. Same for Roger Deakins' cinematography. Sicario gets a 5 out of 5. Guys, I loved it. I really hope you check it out. Anyways, guys, comment below what you think of Sicario. What's your favorite Denis Villeneuve film? I can't really make an opinion on that so far. It is Sicario because that's the only one I've seen. Do you want to see a prequel centering on Del Toro's character? I'm kind of a bit mixed on there, but I am more hopeful than more for than against. So yeah. Comment below, subscribe to the channel for more videos.